Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, we finally got our look at the new live action Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Not much of a look. We got one shot of her singing, and Halle Bailey is a beautiful girl. She sings beautifully. That's not the issue. But there are some issues with this. Now, I am a gay. I understand the importance of representation and diversity, and I love diversity. There's too many white people in things. I do agree. And there has been this history of over-representation of white people and not enough representation of people of colour. And I love when I see TV shows and movies where there's just a whole range of races and types of people, and we're not just looking at the same white person all the time. I love that. But there is this syndrome in Hollywood where they know they have to give up a white person or some white people, but they don't want to give up like the elite, the perfect, blonde, because that's apparently the most beautiful thing in the universe is the blonde white person. Now, I'm not blonde. I have dark hair, and I've always felt that second class status as a pale person with dark hair, as opposed to like a bronze blonde Aussie. I hate them, frankly. I shouldn't say anymore. I swear to God, this kid bullied me in high school, in primary school and high school, and he was like the sporty blonde bronze kid. And I swear to God, like years in a row, they put us next to each other in the school photo. It's like they wanted some contrast or something. Let's put the palest, dark-haired, nerdiest, unsporty kid with like the most athletic blonde bronze kid. Just it drove me mad. But enough about that. There's this syndrome in Hollywood where they don't want to give up that guy, so they say, let's just give him a redhead. So like they trade the redhead for a black person, and it's really condescending to both the redheaded people and to the black people, but they keep doing it, and I just and it's happened tens and tens of times, and that bothered me. But I sort of thought, as long as they make her a redhead, and I thought, well, she's a mermaid. This is an extreme fantasy. She's got a green tail. She can have a bright red head of, hair. It doesn't have to make sense that because black people don't really have red hair like that, or no one really has red hair like that, like Hal the cartoon has. I don't think. But they didn't. They gave us sort of more subdued red sort of dread sort of style hair, dreadlocks, and I'm kind of okay with it. The thing that bothers me actually more is the tail. She's got these thin, wispy little parts coming all the way down the back of her tail and then on the end, whereas Ariel had a very traditional mermaid tail, which is just the basic fin like a fish. It's like they've added these little frills because she's a girl. She has little frilly bits or something. I'm like, this is not practical. That's going to catch on stuff, and I don't know. So I'm not overly impressed with the design of her tail and her look overall. I am disappointed that she has a more natural look to her hair, because there are apparently black people with red hair. I thought they all dyed their hair. I didn't realize that was natural, but apparently it is. And they've gone for more like that look, and I'm like, I think they should have gone for an extreme red, just put her in a fake red wig that just looked really just bold, and I think that really would have worked better and would have been made more of a cartoony sort of image for the character. So yeah, that's more my issue, that her hair's not red enough. But she's still technically a redhead. But I don't know. It feels like a fail, but I don't know if it's an organic fail, because what we seem to have happen is there's a lot of people that resent the overrepresentation of white people, and I think we do need to balance it, but we need to do it without destroying the other characters and stories. And there do seem to be some people who, that seems to be the intent. It's like, we're going to pay you back for all the representation you had, and we're just going to destroy everything you had and replace it with, but not just replace it, but it's like ruin the original somehow. And they just seem to be failing all over the place. Like, I don't feel like it works. I understand why they did it, but it doesn't feel like it works at the same time. I'm not sure if it's the hair, if it's the tail. I don't know. It just isn't working for me, and it's not because she's a black actress. But I think they would have been better off just having a black mermaid that isn't Ariel and doing like a mermaid movie, and having an Ariel that was more like the actual image, because the thing with live action adaptations is we want to see that image that we know and love just made real, so we can believe that that was real the whole time and enjoy it on that level. And when you change it to such an extent, you don't get that feeling of, wow, there's Ariel in real life. And it's like, no, it's not Ariel in real life. It's like another character almost. So it's kind of weird. Like, I do feel like they've kind of failed in that way. But yeah, I don't know. Because anything I say, because I'm very white, I'm going to be called racist because I'm talking about a black character and race swapping a character. And there's other people who argue the Norse stuff. It's a Norse legend, so therefore it should be traditional. Blah, 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 but it's a mermaid, so it's fantasy. But it's a bit of a mess. And it just would have been easier if they just had Ariel and. Because I don't know the story, I've never seen Little Mermaid. Why can't she have a black friend who's just as important to the story as her? Or have... I don't know the story, I don't know how they do that, but just do a new story with Little Mermaid and have... So you have the representation, but you still have the original. There is a way to balance this and do both, but they're failing, or they're deliberately not trying to do it because I think they do resent the overrepresentation of white people and also the racist white people who are trying to maintain that. So I kind of understand why they're doing what they're doing, but I'm not overly attached to Little Mermaid. I've never seen it. And part of me loves this because my niece who loves Little Mermaid is really racist and she's going to hate this. Part of me loves that. So I'm kind of on their side, but not totally because... Yeah, I don't know. I'm waffling at this point. I'm just going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.